Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Greggo, and I hope you are having a fantastic day, simply fantastic. And today I'm bringing you week 4 of the GBA, the Global Battle Association Pick'em Crew. I am alone. My boy CJ, Choice CJ, he got tossed in the pick'ems. I'm just kidding. He's on a business trip, so your boy is flying solo for the week. If you guys are hyped, leave a like, subscribe. Make sure you check out all of the coaches down below. I'm doing this by myself. Oh, I need someone holding my hand, please. Oh gosh. You know what I will say though? Is that I have nobody needs to hold my hand to do these pick'ems. Because we're going to go ahead right into week 3. And your boy went undefeated again. I'm the greatest of all time. You, the fans, you can't light a candle to how well I play this game. 8-0 for me. Including my lock of the week, Wolf Glick over the Montreal Habsools. Some notable thing, the Chew, like I said, you never lock an alt. And you know what, the Chew, I'm still looking for whoever you are. And that's basically it. Everyone picked Mono that got it. I think Stromp is the only person who got his lock wrong. Locking against, who would choose against me? Like, come on, that's really not a smart idea. And, you know, the fans, you guys were sipping on too much Pokemon juice. My boy Jolt of the Token Minorities able to come out on top in a really nice match. Probably one of the most highly anticipated games that week. Speaking of highly anticipated, let's move on to the very next week. But first we're going to go out and my boy Sock is going to introduce the fan picks for the week.
Yo, what's going on GBA type people? Sock here with this week's Discord pick'ems. This week, the fan Discord has locked the Bronx Bearticks over the Columbus Chew. They've picked the San Diego Chimchargers over the Kansas City Giraffes, the Melbourne Rotoms over the Detroit Steel Wings, the Philadelphia Scissors over the San Jose Sharpedos, the Montreal Habsools over the Victorian Shadows, the Florida Gators over the New Orleans Pelipers, and the Tampa Bay Lux Rays over the Milwaukee Beavers. That's this week's Discord pick'ems.
Alright, thank you to my boy Sock for a nice lovely introduction on what the fans are going to be, but let's start off with game 1 of the week. We got the San Francisco Giants taking on, oh my god, who's he even taking on? This is why I need CJ, I'm like a lost puppy. The Borussia Dortmund, coached by El Scissor. So now, one thing I always like about Lars' team is how offensive and how fast it is. And I really, really like that. Except against teams like Geos that are very fat and just have very good forms of reliable recovery. The unfortunate thing for Geo, though, is that his fat is destroyed by a Mon like Kieran Black. Which, if you guys didn't know, is on Lars' team. That's gross. That's disgusting. But I think Lars is going to have a great time with Kieran Black in this matchup. Other Mons that I really like include the Gengar to beat Mons like the Mew, Will-O-Wisp for Mons like Mega Scizor. I doubt Toxapex shows up. Like, that's just asking for trouble, especially against a team with like Kieran Black, Mega Manectric, Tornadus Eye has potential to just spam Hurricane. If you look at Geo's team, his flying resistance consists of Archeops, Rhyperior, Grass-Knot, hello? Like, no. That's not happening. Mega Manectric comes in. Mega Main actually has some issues getting past Doug Trio, so maybe like Overheat is something I could see. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the edge to Lars. I have a lot of faith in Lars this week. And so anyhow, we're going to move on to the second match of the week. 2 Titans in the format. We have the San Diego Chimchargers, coached by MV, taking on Jolt of the Kansas City Giraffes. Now this is a very 50-50 matchup. I'm going to take Jolt. I saw Jolt toss Joey last week, and I think Envy's in for a similar awakening. One Mon that I really think could have an impact on this game includes the Seismitoad. Envy has been if you watch his videos, he's been praising Empoleon and how it can just defog freely. But Jolt has reliable Stealth Rockers and Seismitoad, which are able to pressure and force out Empoleon. Empoleon does get access to Grass Knot, but you know, the combination of, like, I think Earthquake is really reliable, and Amoonguss just gets taken advantage of by Mons like potentially Hydreigon, Celesteela, which is a very nice Seismitoad switch in, but, you know, those are some things to keep in mind. If Jolt can find a way to get past the Mega Pinsir, which I view as an incredible threat, maybe potentially like bulky Aerodactyl, like a Totemized variant of Celesteela I could see working to help check Pinsir. That's something to pretty much be aware of. I think this should be a really highly anticipated game this week. We'll move on to the third match of the week, which is the Melbourne Rotoms taking on Crimson Seabed of the Detroit Seal Wings. A couple things to note: anytime I look at a Cybertron match, what I need to do is examine what is the water resist. There are 2 mons that resist water. Tangela, that's not a real Pokemon, by the way. It's not a Kingdra switch-in, I will mention that. And also Suicune, a mon with no reliable recovery that has to take Rain Boost installed. Mega Swampert destroys that. Maybe potentially a Lure set from Critdra could potentially work, and that's not also a Ludicolo answer. And so that's a lot of pressure on Jirachi to resist secondary attacks from Kingdra and Ludicolo, and Jirachi is just very vulnerable to Pokemon like Mega Swampert, and also Mimikyu as well. You know, Shadow Sneak priority. Can't get flinched if you move first, am I right? So I definitely like Cybertron. Cybertron's my choice for this week. But Crimson, he's going to have to play smart. I think the Thundurus Incarnate is going to be very important in this matchup. Prankster, weather changing is something I could see coming. So definitely be on the lookout there. But overall, I'm going to give the edge to Cybertron to bounce back. Everybody's lock of the week is Joey Pokey-Aim, coach of the Bronx Bearticks against the Chew. I will just say right off the bat, alts never win. Coach Z, I am coming for you. I will find you. We're taking you down, my boy. Anyway, I just look at Zygarde. Like, if you look at the ground checks, it relies on Celebi. Celebi is set up fodder for mons like potentially Mega Gyarados. The Salazzle could be an issue. Stakataka, you know, if barring Earth Power, could definitely go in against a team like this. That could, like, Gyroball hurts against Mienshao, Clefable. Excadrill will lose to Superpower potentially, so like Trick Room, Stakataka, I could really see that showing up in this matchup. And it looks to be very strong against the Chew. So I'm going to go with Joey, as long as everybody else. Everybody else was, like, so weak this week, they just took the safe bet. Went with Joey. The Chew, I'm sorry, we're going to need to see more out of Coach Z before I think the analysts are going to jump. I think only 2 analysts this week chose not to, myself and Zilix. Speaking of Zilix, his lock of the week is going to be none other than what's Chimpact of the Philadelphia Scissors taking on Tom Z, coach of the San Jose Sharpedos. I think this is going to be a great match. Once again, speaking of Zygarde, Rotom Wash is a main core member and primary ground switch of the San Jose Sharpedos. And Rotom Wash it hits super effectively by 1,000 arrows, so I think Zygarde 10% can have a really nice time. Tom's going to have to really rely on Pokemon like Swellow to offensively check Chimp, and Swellow is not able to break past mons like Nihilego and other mons that Chimp could choose to bring. So yeah, with Stealth Rock up, I think Tom's going to have to prioritize keeping hazards off his side of the field, and you know, find ways to beat down Chimp. I know Z Landorus is going to be very strong against Camerupt, being able to bypass the grassy terrain that Chimp has with like Tectonic Rage as well. So the Landorus is going to have to be an important member for Tom's team in order to get a victory out here. But I really like Zygarde 10% in this matchup, so we're going to go with Chimpact and the Philadelphia Scissors. That's my pick for this week. Now, speaking of me, I'm going to lock Aster J. We got the Victoria Shadows, coached by Necro Stevo, and Aster J, coach of the Montreal Habsools. One thing that I noticed when looking at this matchup, I think it's important to note that both of these teams are struggling. And, you know, Aster, my boy, I have some faith in you. You're better than this. I'm going to lock you as a vote of confidence. Just, you know, please show us your offense. This is such a good matchup for your offense. I know Mega Alakazam is an offensive beater, but you have mons like Metagross, Gora, guys, really fat stuff that could truly pivot into Mega Alakazam. So use them. Pursuit Trap it with your Metagross. Just Shadow Sneak, priority. Find ways to beat down the Mega Alakazam, break the fat, and then sweep late game with your offense. Mega Lopunny, great. Scolipede, great. Just use them. Do it. Thank you, Aster. And moving on to the 7th match of the week, we got my boy Gator, the real #1 of the power rankings. I don't care what you say, Verd, taking on John, aka Pokemon of the New Orleans Pelipers. Now, Mega Diancie is scary, and like you guys probably know, I don't like Gator's team. I think it's slow. I think all of the Pokemon basically are in between 78 and 80 speed, which is ridiculous. Like, John can run like Adamant Garchomp. That's how grossly awful these speed tiers are, and I think it matters for mons like Mega Diancie, for Garchomp, that can really benefit from the added attack nature and just go in. Klefki's going to be extremely pressured to check Mega Diancie because, you know, Mamoswine's not a Power Gem switch-in or a Diamond Storm answer. Mega Altaria's pressured. Like, I could definitely see, like, yeah, what is Gator going to do? Like, are you really going to lock yourself into Earthquake and give mons like Cresselia? Yeah, no, Cresselia for Mamoswine. This is going for John. I really like John's matchup a lot. Sorry, Gator. I think you're going to need to make some changes if you want to improve your pick'em score. And the final match is going to be the Tampa Bay Luxrays taking on the Milwaukee Bewares. Yeah, Wolfglick, I know I locked you last week, but Mono's just so good, man. He's one of the best we have in the format. I'm going to have to vote against you. One reason why is just you have a Weavile. Like, Weavile just destroys you. Like, you need the Alola Muck, and like the rest of your team just gets 6-0'd by Weavile. Conkeldurr, extremely pressured by mons like Comfey. I think you could definitely see, yeah, you just have to, I think Conkeldurr is going to be an important Pokemon to make sure Wolf does not lose to Sneasel, or excuse me, not Sneasel, Weavile. And you know, that's definitely possible, but is it going to happen? Is it likely? I don't know. I'm going to vote against it. Maybe we'll see some Colbur Bear Reuniclus, some Trick Room Jellicent, some forms of speed control to help aid Wolf and his team. But I like Mono's ability to adapt and anticipate what Wolf could potentially bring for this week. So I'm going to ride with Mono. I hope you guys enjoyed these editions of Pick'ems. It was fun to do this alone. I miss CJ. Guys, give me an oh gosh in the comments to make sure CJ comes back. Please don't make me do this without him one more time. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Make sure you check out me and all the other coaches and analysts in the description. It would mean a lot to me. Oh gosh, this is Gregulator signing off. Have a fantastic day. Simply fantastic. Peace out.